Right, take three. We can get it done this time. My name's Chris, and you're watching straight from the horse's mouth. This is the Jumps edition, and we're going to be talking about Exeter. And I've got two things. Oh yeah, by the way, I wrote this information, and I'll be presenting it today. And this is my own website, equinetipster.com. Now, we're at Exeter tomorrow, and I've got two things to say quickly. First thing is William Hill is actually offering better odds than I've quoted on these two selections, but there's no best odds guaranteed. So I went for Bet365 instead, because I thought if the prices go up, it's going to be better value at the end of the day, because the difference between them are only fractional currently. Second thing I'd say is both these are favourites, so if you don't like backing favourites, then maybe you could use this information to look how you're going to get these favourites beaten, because they've both got strong chances and you're going to have to look hard to find the chinks in the armour. Okay, so the first one we're going to talk about is the 205 Exeter. It's 2 miles 7 furlongs, a staying handicap hurdle, class 3 for 4-year-olds plus, rated 0 to 125. One of my local trainers, John Joe O'Neill, has a brilliant horse out on Tuesday called Antire. I actually come from Gloucestershire, and I'm just down the road from Cheltenham, and John Joe comes from Gloucestershire too. John Joe's yard has been firing on all the cylinders since the 12th, and has won 4 from 16, which is 25%, which means it's currently on the rise, as his 14-day record is 4 from 25 or 16%. Antire is in rude form, having won his last 4, and in this mood would be very hard to beat, with only a £5 rise for winning in a very pleasing fashion last time out. He probably could have run on for an extra 2 furlongs after the finish in the last race, or so it seemed. So moving up to 2 miles 7 is absolutely no concern for this one. This is my take on his last race. I watched it quite a few times, just trying to establish how much he had left. Howling Milan pulled a march on the others and scampered off at the start and was rewarded with a huge lead. Antire strolled up to him, catching him at the start of the first time down the home straight with seemingly no effort. He then raced prominently, stalking the leader whilst being heavily restrained on a very short rein. He looked eager, as opposed to trying to run free. At hurdle number 6, John Joe encountered a problem. His cruising speed on Antire was so high compared to Howling Milan that he was beginning to get bunched up behind him. He went up alongside and settled the horse back down into his track and roll. Cuppa joined him soon after, racing well beside him. Faint Hope got up to lead as the pace had slowed right down. Antire happily tracked the leaders until he started to make his move 3 out. When I say 3 out, I mean 3 fences out. Approaching 2 out, they're in the line of 3, with John Joe's horse being forced to run wide. When they landed, John Joe unleashed Antire. At this point, it looked like he was going to round the field, and we didn't pull away quite like I expected. At the last, Faint Hope and Antire landed together, with Faint Hope going slightly ahead. John Joe Jr. immediately got to work, and as soon as he was past the leader, he declined to use the whip, as there was basically no need. Nothing was going to deal with him that day. Going at £5 is not going to slow him much. So John Joe's son John Joe rides, and has also been doing very well recently. And I was wondering if it ever causes any confusion in the yard with the trainer and his son having the same name. I mean, if they're both called John Joe, and the only differentiator is Junior, then I don't know. Do they just call him Junior? Do they call one John Joe and one JJ? Or do they call one the big J and one the small J? I don't know. Realistically, they probably both call them John Joe, but know what context it's being talked about, but I was just wondering, you know. Anyway, enough of my procrastination. There should be no problem with a rising class, as this horse is nearly top weight, showing that is quality in this field. So that's Antire, 11 to 8, Bet365, best odds guaranteed. The next one is in the 315 Exeter, 2 miles 3 furlongs. Racing TV HD on Sky, 426 handicap chase, class 4 for 4-year-olds plus, rated 0 to 110. Right, John Joe has another great chance in this race with exciting Penn's Man, and I need to be careful how I say that. And so John Joe has another great chance in this race with the exciting Penn's Man going for the hat-trick. John Joe Jr. is in the saddle for this one, will hopefully be nice and motivated after hopefully winning the 205 for us. After winning a 3-mile point-to-point in 2019, it's taken him a while to get going as a hurdler, with the second place in August 2020 being the best of his finishing positions. As soon as John Joe got him over fences, it's been a revelation, winning both of his starts so far. It would surprise me if there was not more progression to come. because he's still learning if he's only had 2 runs over fences, and if there is, he's going to be difficult to beat. Penn's man is being stepped up to Class 3 company after winning twice in a row at Class 4. The drop back and trip should not be a problem, and it should allow him to have a bit more oomph in the last furlong. He will deal with the rise and weight fine. He will be keeping the tongue tie on to stop him rudely sticking his tongue out at his rivals as he crosses the line, and will be fitted out with his sheepskin cheek pieces to help with his concentration. So that's Penn's man win 11 to 10, bet 365, best odds guaranteed. Okay, just looking through the card at Exeter, I saw the first race is really awful. I mean, I've seen worse 2-horse races, but the fact it is a 2-horse race is what I have a problem with. It's just, as somebody viewing the race, it's almost pointless. Yeah, you get a match comparison between 2 horses, but really, is that why we watch racing? I don't think it is it? The last race was a National Hunt flat race, didn't really want to get involved. And I looked at the other races on the cards and I thought, well, these 2 have got the best chance for people today. So, thanks very much for watching. There should be another video tomorrow. My name's Chris, and you've been watching straight from the horse's mouth. And if you like this video, then thumbs up. If you dislike the video, fair enough. I'd love it if you subscribed. And if you subscribe, then you'll be able to get my tips into your feed so I can try and win you some money. If you ring the bell, and if I produce a video quite late or near to the start of the meeting, you won't miss the tips. So, thanks very much for watching. Best of luck, guys. And take care of yourselves. Yeah, bet responsibly. Have fun.